Alrighty, guys, I'm Morthadon, and we're back for Boruto episode 59. Alrighty, so it's actually been a little bit since I recorded. Took me a little bit to think of what happened, but I remembered. Um, we had the tournament starting, which was really cool. We blasted through a lot of fights. Let's see if I can get this right, because this is something I didn't lay out before. Because I remembered about the tournaments, but I didn't go through each fight. We had Boruto's fight, and then we had Mitsuki's. That's right, because we had basically almost all the Leaf Village people go, or at least a lot of them. So we had Boruto, Mitsuki, Iwabe, not Iwabe, Inojin, uh, Sarada, Shikadai, and then I think it was Chocho versus Shinky, something like that. I might have gotten that wrong. It's the sand guy, that's Gar's like adopted son, I believe, or something like that. And I remember being very excited for that fight, and then it just like abruptly ended. So it's gonna be interesting to see who wins that fight. I'm pretty sure I predicted that Chocho was gonna lose, unfortunately, because Shinky, if that's his name, is definitely going to be, a final contender. I feel like he has to be. Boruto cheated in his match, which stinks, and a lot of the other ones were awesome. Sarada just beat the brakes off the person. Mitsuki did pretty good too, but almost used his Sage mode, and yeah, good times. I really enjoyed that episode, so I'm really looking forward to seeing what happens here, because yeah, we didn't see the Chocho fight, right? I'm almost positive we didn't. I hope I'm not wrong about that. Um and we might be moving on to round 2. I don't know how many. I don't know if there's even any rounds without a Leaf Village shinobi in it, but I think we're going to be moving on to round 2, possibly this episode, after the Chocho fight, I assume. But that'll be pretty cool to see the bracket move up, who's versus who, and all that. I'm sure we're gonna see some Leaf kids against each other, especially since so many won. But yeah, guys, I think Inojin was the only one that's lost so far, and then I predicted Chocho will too. But yeah, anyways, without before I go into way too much detail, let's jump into this episode, shall we? Alrighty, for you full lengthers, we're gonna start the episode. Oh, I almost did that with the volume wrong. That's good. Alright, we are gonna start the episode in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now. Cool, everything looks good. Good. Yes. So we're starting off right where we left off. Cool. Chocho versus... Say his name. What? Oh, nice, Choji. Should have offered her chips. Ooh. Talking some smack. Can you imagine if Chocho wins? What the heck? That'd be crazy. Ah, no, the intro! Japated. Alright, and I'm not watching the intro, guys. Yeah. Thought there was gonna be more to that, but there wasn't. Do do do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. I have no idea when I can watch this intro. Do 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 do. Maybe I'll talk to one of the studios in that I know watch this and comment a lot. See if they can hook me up with a time that this intro is safe to watch. It might already be safe. It might have never been unsafe to watch, but I'm just trying to be safe, you know? So I don't spoil, like, the finals or something. That's right in the intro. You can see Boruto cheating against Shinki in the final match. Do 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 do. All right. Spoiler title: Boruto vs Shikadai. Shinki. Okay, I think that's what I was saying before. Now I'm doubting myself. Ooh. Yeah, Sam protected him. Ooh, he made a big hand out of him. Ooh, and he made another one. She did too, yes! Mirror moves, kind of. Yeah. Hara! Ooh, what does she have for long distance? Is it just like kunai and stuff like that, or does she have other jutsu? Hmm. I think Chocho might put up a fight. I still don't think she's gonna win, but she's got to be doing something different, right? Yeah. Cool. He literally has like the. Ooh, so she called it Iron Sand. Is that the first time we've had someone call it something? Oh, some Shinky backstory. What the heck? Can he like not control it? Kind of like Gara used to not be able to like fully control it. Wow. Okay, so he blocked most of them. Took a few hits. Hmm. Interesting. They're giving a lot more time to this fight than like a lot of the others, I feel like. Yeah, it's like a pretty much an impenetrable defense. Grabbed her. Yeah. I was about to say grabbed her arm, and then it panned to the screen where he grabbed her, and then I stopped there. Fucking Chocho with her chips. Yeah, so it seems like she's saying, in her own silly way, she's saying that she doesn't need to, or she'll try anything really, even if she thinks she'll lose, she'll do this fight. Even if she thinks the chip tastes gross, she'll eat the chip. But what is she about to do? Oh, nice! Choji's old thing. Will it grind the sand away? Maybe. Yes, the mom. Oh god, that face. Where's all that sand coming from? He keeps pulling like more and more sand into this stuff or making more hands, but it doesn't look like any like is coming off of his cloak. Ooh, the mom's smiling. Oh, she's done, I think. Wow, what a jerk. Yeah, yeah. They have to build up Shinky, that's what I was talking about. Hmm. Oh, he noticed. Yeah, he was able to tell that Mitsuki let his sage mode thing go. Yeah, it should be fine. God damn it, Chocho. Choji. That was a lot of names. Alright. What the episode was titled. 13 minutes in. That's fine. Will Boruto cheat against a friend? Do do do. Yeah, he's thinking about it. Will he use it against his friend? I don't know. Fair and square with no hard feelings, yeah. Ooh. Like how Shikamaru's little like grunt was like, what is that supposed to mean? Hmm. You put that thing away, Boruto. We didn't see him put it away. Oh no, I think he's gonna use it. Oh crap. Alright. Shikadai went right in too. Interesting. Finally using one of his own jutsus, cool. Oh. Dodge, dodge! Alright, Boruto, you gotta do something. Although I'm pretty sure Dreams' chakra just trying to do that the whole time. I like how one of the clones kicked off another clone. Hmm. Got him. Whoa! That's crazy. Nice. I don't think we've ever seen Shikamaru do that. Uh-oh. That should be the match, right? Like, obviously Shikadai can't slit his throat. Unless that one's a clone. That's the only reason I could see it. Oh, come on. Yeah, he has it on. Damn it. So he was able to make a clone with it? Is that all he did? I didn't really like the way that fight ended, to be honest. I mean, I'm sure most of you didn't either. I mean, he cheated, right? But, I don't know. I'm gonna talk more about that in discussion. Ooh, he's here. Interesting. A supplement. Ooh. This dude. And it's not even his fault. It's not even the scientist's fault. It's Boruto for even, like, using the device in the first place, but... So all three of them are out now. Damn. Don't worry, Shikadai. You pretty much won. Boruto cheated. Damn. Ah. I like how... Ooh, okay, wait. Even Boruto kind of feels bad about that, too. You can tell. Boruto. Yeah. That's the end. Alright, and I wasn't watching this ending, even though it doesn't look like it have anything spoiler, just in case. do 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 do. I have a good amount to talk about. Well, no, not. I shouldn't say a good amount. I have some very key things that I'm looking forward to talking about, but the discussion might actually not be very, like, super long. Do 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 do. I like the song. Very, very, very mellow, I feel like. But it's pretty good. I like how that's like my big thing to talk about during these outros. Alrighty, guys, so that is the end of episode 59, right? Yes, sorry. So, I mean, that episode went by very quickly, and for what the... Okay, so I'm gonna say this. It was a good episode for what the story is trying to do, right? Like, it's digging the story is digging Boruto into this hole that is gonna screw him in the future, right? And basically what's gonna happen is now at first it was he's only really used this device against other villages, right? So even when they release the video footage they have of Boruto using this, his friends wouldn't be as upset. But now Boruto has used this against Shikadai. He uses to win against Shikadai. And if that was also a video recorded, and that gets posted live, obviously Shikadai is going to see it, and obviously Shikadai is going to be pissed. And that's going to be like a big hurdle their friendship has to get over. And he's one of, if not Boruto's closest friend. You know, you could argue that maybe, like, Sarada or Mitsuki are just because they're on the same team, but I think Boruto and Shikadai are closer, like, actual friends, not just, like, forced because they're on a team, or Mitsuki's weird stalker mode. But I feel really bad for Shikadai, like... It's weird because I've talked about this before, but I'm usually a big fan of every main character, right? I love Naruto from the original series. He was my favorite character. I loved Midoriya from My Hero Academia. I love, like, Luffy when I watched One Piece. He was always, one of my favorites. I don't know if I'd say that he was my favorite, but, I always loved that, like, shonen protagonist, character status, It's always appealed to me. That's just my kind of taste. But in this one, I find myself obviously rooting against Boruto, and I'm sure I'm not alone. I mean, I can't imagine there's too many of you guys out there that are like, oh, what Boruto is doing is great, so maybe there's a few of you guys out there that enjoys cheating or something. Maybe in your video games you're always the one to find cheats for the single player games and hacks for the online games and raffle stomp everybody with like auto aim headshots and stuff, who knows, and you're like, yeah, Boruto, you go cheat all you want. But I don't know, it's obviously not for me. I'm not a fan of it. It's gonna temporarily ruin his friendship. I'm sure once this all comes to light, Boruto's gonna apologize. It's gonna take a while, but Shikadai will come around eventually, I'm sure, and they'll be friends again, but there will be some time where Shikadai is pissed at him. I bet. That's my prediction for the future. Um, but yeah, that was rough. I don't really have a lot to say about that fight just because, honestly, I feel like at that moment when Boruto had the kunai to his neck, Boruto should have lost. That should have been considered like an incapacitate because he held it there for a while, right? In my opinion, that was like plenty of time that Shikadai could have slit his throat to win, but obviously you can't kill. Well, I don't know. I forget if there were rules against killing, right? I don't know. I don't know if you could actually kill, but obviously Shikadai wasn't gonna kill him. So the only way was to wait for him to say, I give up, I guess? Which is kind of dumb, like... it stinks because Shikadai was, like, trying to be nice. He didn't do, like, if you had to incapacitate, he tried to just get Boruto to say give up. When he had him, like, instead of putting the kunai to his neck, he could have just, like, punched him in the face until he was knocked out, right? And done, but I don't know. It just really stinks that the match went that way, and I knew it was gonna, like, as soon as we saw Boruto open that locker, and the typical thing would have, like, you see it in a lot of shows, like I remember seeing scenes like that where you see them put stuff in the locker, and from that shot inside the locker, we would have seen him raise his hand up with the thing, put it in, and shut the locker. But it didn't show that, so I knew he had it with him, and he ended up using it, and it was all very, very predictable. It's just that scene with Shikadai, man, that actually gave me, like, a little bit of feels. Like, I think that might be one of the first times I've actually felt, like, real feels for a character, right? Like, because Shikadai has been in the story long enough, and we're getting to the point where we've been into this show long enough that I'm really, like, feeling for the characters. Like, obviously there's been plenty of characters with tragic backstories, right? We had, I can't remember his name now. Ryu, was it? The ice guy, with the friend of his dad killing his dad and his mom and then manipulating him all his life. Like, that was tragic. That was some sad stuff, but, like, seeing Shikadai so defeated and hurt that he lost after Boruto screwed him so hard. Like, if Boruto put up a fair fight, I wouldn't feel as bad for Shikadai, but because Boruto cheated, I just feel so bad for him, right? Man. But to segment this discussion a little bit back to the beginning of the episode where we had the Chocho fight, I even started rooting for Chocho, like, sort of through the match, because I'm not a fan of, like... See, in my opinion, there's a fine line between confidence and cockiness, and I cannot stand cockiness. And that's, like, Shinky was, like, over that line of cockiness. I think Shinky has a little bit of crazy in him, and I think that's something that maybe Gaara tries to keep mellow, because when he was a kid, it seemed like, I almost said his quirk. I watched, last night I watched the My Hero Academia movie, and then I watched the reaction to the movie as well, so I saw, like, a lot of the My Hero Academia stuff, so I almost said quirk when I said Shinky couldn't control his quirk, but no, Shinky can't, it didn't seem like he could really control that sand, especially since Gaara said, I'll teach you how to control your power. So Gaara definitely sees himself in Shinky, but the eyes that Shinky made this episode, and at the beginning of, like, when he was a kid back there, and Gaara first approached him, he had a little bit of that crazy in his eyes, I felt like. And when, I think, what was it? What scene was it? When Chocho, like, made his feet, like, crack into the ground, I think that was when Shinky's eyes, like, they widened in like a crazed look, like he was excited to like let loose, but then I think he held himself back a little bit. Or maybe I'm just wrong about the look, but that's how I interpreted it. But the fight, him talking so much crap led me towards Chocho making like wanting her to do something crazy. I was thinking throughout the episode, it never happened, but I was wondering if she has any jutsu from her mom. Like, you know how Inojin has the jutsu from his dad, but then he was kind of working on the mind transfer jutsu on his from his mom, I wonder if Chocho has any kind of jutsu from the mom, but I think they're straying away from that because we don't know his mom. At least I don't think we know his mom. I'm not sure. I can't, like, if anything, it was one of the people we saw, like, right around the Great Ninja War part of Naruto. Like, I don't think it was the girl that beat the crap out of Naruto, was it? Because there was that, when B was taken by, or when everybody thought B was taken by the Akatsuki at the hands of Sasuke, they went to the Leaf Village to try to, like, I think they were saying like they were gonna go kill Sasuke or something, or they wanted the Leaf to go kill Sasuke. I forget exactly why they went to the Leaf Village, but it was like that guy that always had like I think he always had like a pop in his mouth, like a candy pop. And he would always like worry about stuff like, what if this happened and then this happened and then this happened and stuff like that. And then the girl was there too, and then there was another girl as well. She was like taller, and I don't know. But you guys know who I'm talking about. I don't know if it's her. If it's not her, then I don't know who else it would be that we saw in Naruto. But anyways, regardless of that, I just went on that rant for almost no reason. But I was just wondering if Chocho has any abilities from her. But my point of saying we might not know the girl is we don't really know, we might not be familiar with the jutsu they use. Like, it was great for Inojin to do it because we obviously know what Ino can do with the mind transfer stuff and everything. So it's like, oh cool, he can do that too. But if, Chocho just pulled out this random jutsu, we'd need some kind of context to tell us, like, oh, this is my mom's or something, But I love the episode. I love Choji's reactions to everything, like watching his daughter fight and everything. He cares so much for her, and it's fantastic. He's just a big softie, kind of like he's always been, for the most part. But I loved I almost forgot to mention it, the mirror to their old team with Shikamaru, Choji, and Ino always going to get barbecue after some kind of like achievement or some kind of fight thing like that, either a celebration or whatever. They used to go with Asuma to get barbecue and when they were younger, and I remember that because I'm rewatching. It's a very slow process, but I'm rewatching Naruto again very slowly, but I've seen a few scenes with that, and that was really cool to see that they want their sensei to take them out for barbecue. So I thought that was really cool. I was about to say it during the episode, but then there was like a little moment with Boruto and Shikadai kind of happening, so I wanted to focus more on that. But that was really neat. And then I also, I feel like if I were to look deeper into Chocho's lines, right, I would notice a lot more metaphors, but I really picked up on the metaphor in this episode where she talked about I'm never gonna get the name right, but she talked about a potato chip that obviously wouldn't taste good, at least in her eyes, but she eats it anyway. I talked a little bit about it in the reaction. I'm not sure if I cut it out or not, but what she was like, basically that's a metaphor for that fight, right? She pretty much knew she was gonna lose. That's what I got from that metaphor she said. She knew she was probably gonna lose, but she's gonna try anyway, right? She knew the chip was gonna taste gross, but she's gonna eat it anyway, right? So I like that. I like that I was able to understand that metaphor this time. I haven't been the biggest fan of Chocho throughout the show, and I will admit that. I've made a lot of jokes just like at her expense a bit, and some of them I even cut out of the episode just because I'm like, oh, Chocho's talking again. This will be an easy, cutout time to help with the editing of the episode. Um, and I do kind of respect her a bit more after this fight. Kind of like it was almost like she was talking to the audience when she gave her last attack where she did the human boulder, I think is what it was called, or whatever it's called, that Choji used to do. And then I think she was being held up by Shinki, or maybe she like barely stood up or whatever happened, and she said something along the lines of like, do you look at me different now? And it was almost like she was talking to him and the audience a bit, because I did gain a little bit more respect for Chocho after this fight, because yes, she lost, and yes, she didn't even lay a finger on him, but I felt like she did pretty good, she gave everything she had, and Shinky was just too strong, unfortunately. But man, it was an enjoyable episode. But once again, I'm sad about Boruto screwing over his friend like that. And I guess I could talk about this a little bit. The scientist showing up, giving him something. I'm guessing it's like another strong scroll that he wants him to use in the final. So I'm sure we're gonna see that. But man. So we're gonna have Sarada versus... We have Sarada... Who's in the final? We have the clown mask guy, I think, or whatever he was, that beat Inojin. We have Sarada, we have Mitsuki, and we have Shinki. Is that the rest? So it's either gonna be... Well, so Shinki talked about, like, be ready in the next round, so, to Mitsuki. So they probably already know the brackets. I just can't, like, the little screen they show up me, at least, isn't very... I don't know. Maybe if I paused on it, I'd figure it out, but I didn't bother doing that, so I think it is gonna be Shinki versus Mitsuki, the way they talk to this episode, so that means it's gonna be Sarada versus the clown guy. I was very interested in the clown guy after he beat Inojin, so I'm really looking forward to that fight, even though I think Sarada's gonna win. Isn't this the semifinals though? Are there gonna be... What comes after the semifinals then? Or did they say he moves on to the semifinals? Wait, that's a little weird. I swear they said that this was like the semifinals. Hold on, I need to go back and look. Let's go back to like the start of the fight, possibly. Okay, Chocho versus Shinki. I'm trying to get to the part where Lee talks. Lee, where are you? Maybe not. Okay, hold on. Sorry, guys. Boo doo boo doo boo doo boo doo boo. Yeah, so he's saying in the next match, I stopped at that part, I shall bring you down. Yeah, on father's honor. And then Boruto beats a little butthole. Yeah. Doopa doopa doo. Yeah, the first match of the semifinals. Yeah, that's what Lee says. So unless it's a translation error, what comes after the semifinals? Wouldn't it be the finals? And wouldn't it need to be narrowed down to 2? But we still have 2 more matches, which means... Is there going to be 3 people? Wait, I'm confused. Maybe there's another match I'm forgetting about. Huh. Right? Because Boruto just won, so Boruto, if this is the semifinals, that means Boruto moved on to the finals. And then the next semifinal match is probably gonna be Mitsuki and Shinki, or Sarada and the clown guy. But either way, whoever wins those 2, that's gonna put Boruto and the winner of the other 2. That's 3 people in the finals. That must mean that there's another team that I'm forgetting, right? That would have to go, and then it'd be Boruto versus someone, and then I don't know. I don't know, guys. I mean, I might have my answer by the time this gets to YouTube anyway, because I'll be watching, when this comes out on YouTube, will be the day that I already watched 60. So, because of my early access thing for Patreon. So I might already have my answer, but if you guys can let me know in the comments, like, if I'm missing a fight or something, I'm sure you guys will if you've waited this long in the discussion, but I don't know. Either way, there's no sense fretting over it. The show will tell us, the show will show us, so it's not really even a big deal that I don't know right now, but I'm looking forward to the future fights. Honestly, I'm actually very glad that the first round of the semifinals was Boruto cheating. And that was the end of this episode. So now, the next 2 matches, I just get to enjoy. Until Boruto's on the screen again, I just get to enjoy some nice fights, right? Until Boruto's on the screen again, and then he's probably just gonna cheat and win, you know? I hope he loses even with cheating. I honestly do. Like, at some point in this tournament, I want him to lose while cheating. That would be great. That would be a big kick in the face. But yeah, guys. Very much enjoyed this episode. I didn't talk much. Well, no, I did talk about Shinki's backstory a bit. I like the mirrored stuff with Gaara, but I think I already did talk about that a bit, so I don't need to cover that anymore. I don't think. But yeah, guys, so hope you enjoyed. I did enjoy the episode for what the show is trying to do, like I said at the start. So, you know, I'm not gonna say that I didn't like the episode because it went really fast and I was like into it, you know. It's just I didn't like the way it turned out, but that doesn't mean the episode was bad, you know. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you want to support the channel, you can hit that subscribe button. You can also check the description for a link to my Patreon, where you can get access to full-length episodes, as well as early access if you want to see the next episode. Right now, you can do that on my Patreon. And yeah, guys, I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.